Hello guys, welcome back to new episode of C++. In this episode, we will be setting up C++ development environment on Windows, and in this setup, we will be setting up an IDE, which is Integrated Development Environment, and the IDE which we are going to use for Windows will be Visual Studio. And what is an IDE? So IDE is a simple GUI application which give you everything in that one application. For example, editor, building up code, compilation, testing, and packaging your code. So we will be using IDE, which make our life much easier to set up C++ dev environment in Windows. So let's see how to set up this IDE on Windows, and let's start building C++ applications. So let's get started.
Alright, first you need to open Visual Studio website link, which is given in the description below, and download community version 2022 for Windows, which is free. You can download that under the Meet Visual Studio family heading, download Visual Studio. Okay, from here you will select Community 2022. When you select it, it will start downloading the Visual Studio setup.exe. After the setup file get downloaded, open Visual Studio setup.exe. Okay, so when you open it, it will start installing the setup for Visual Studio installer. Okay, so I will click continue, it get downloaded and it will install the Visual Studio installer. After the Visual Studio installer setup complete, it will open the Visual Studio installer window. Navigate to the available tab to install Visual Studio Community Edition. Okay, so select Visual Studio Community 2022 install. After you press install, new window will open which asks you select tools you want to download, from which we will select desktop development with C++ and check it and press install to install Visual Studio Community Edition. Okay, it will ask you to install it. I will press yes. So it will start downloading some additional files and downloading Visual Studio Community Edition with C++ development tools and install it to your, to your Windows machine. After the installation has been completed, it will open a sign in screen. So you just need to sign in with your Microsoft email ID. I'm skipping this for now. So after skip this for now, it will ask to choose your color theme. I have chosen the dark theme and press start Visual Studio. Now it will load the Visual Studio and open Visual Studio for you. So Visual Studio 2022 will open a new window which will ask to create a new project, open a local folder, opening a local folder for you, or opening a project or solution, or you are going to cloning a new repository. Okay, so leave three of these for now and start creating a new project. So just press create a new project. After pressing create new project, it will show you multiple type of C++ project which you can create using Visual Studio. So I will be selecting empty project for now to create a new C++ project. Now select empty project, then press next. Then it will ask to configure your new project. It means it will be asking for the project name, and you can set the custom location for your project from here, and the solution name you can also select the solution name as well. Okay, so for now I will be naming this project as C++, and the solution name also will be the same as C++, and I will be setting it in the default location which Visual Studio has already set up for me, and then I will press create. Okay, so the project directory already exists. Okay, so now we can name it C++ tutorial, and I will press create. So it will create a new project for me, So it started creating a new project of C++. After creating a project, Visual Studio opens an empty solution. Now you have following folders seen under the solution pane. So right click on the source file folder and add new item. The new item window will show you the files which you can create into the empty project. So I will be creating a CPP file for this project. So when you select the CPP file, you can name the CPP file. For example, I will be name this file main.cpp and then press add. So it will add main.cpp file in the source files folder. And now you can see the main.cpp file is now open in a Visual Studio. After creating a main.cpp file, now you will need to add some code to check whether your C++ development environment is working or not. Let's add some simple hello world program. Now I will add IOStream header, which I will tell you in future videos what is IOStream is. So let's start adding hash include IOStream. Now you will need to create a main function which will execute your hello world program. Okay, so I will be adding int main and let's add some output code which will print hello world on your console screen. So I will be adding stdcout and write hello world and add. Okay, so I have just written a simple hello world program. Okay, so let's try to run this program and see that the hello world is printed on the console or not to see your development environment is working fine or not. So I will just press local Windows debugger so it will compile our code and run the code and show our output on the console screen. So it's compiling it and see the hello world is being printed. So the development environment for C++ is working fine on Windows.
I hope you guys enjoy this episode, and now you guys know how to set up a C++ development environment on Windows. So keep watching my videos, subscribe my channel, like, share my videos with your friends, and let's learn together.